Hello and welcome to Life Lessons with Sheila. Welcome back if you've been following me on this radical Christmas challenge, or welcome to you if you're new. I'd love it if you'd stick around. We are on week 2, Radical Joy, on day 2, an all-consuming joy. I don't want to look back. I want to keep looking ahead. I'd hate for my defining moment to be my past. That was said by Scott Hamilton. Let's go on an unusual journey for Christmas time. Let's go back in time to Sodom and Gomorrah, when one woman's life changed forever. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. It was in Genesis 19:26. Out of all the women in the Bible, towards the very end of his ministry, Jesus spoke of only one woman, not his mother, not Mary Magdalene, but rather Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife? Whoever tries to keep their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life will preserve it. That was in Luke 17:32-33. Lot's wife desperately wanted to keep her old life. She didn't want to flee as God has instructed them to. Her attachment to the past was greater than her commitment to the future. Lot's wife got stuck in a place where she was only meant to pass through. She looked back and longed for what she already had and was leaving behind, rather than looking forward with great anticipation and joy for what God had planned for her, not realizing he was trying to save her life. That area was soon demolished by God because of the wickedness that prevailed in that area. How many times have you chosen to stay where you are because it's comfortable, even though it may be painful? How many times have you looked back at what was, wishing it could still be the same? Let me reassure you, if you keep looking back, you will be stuck like Lot's wife. You might not be frozen or turned into a pillar of salt as she was, but you might as well be. You're no longer fruitful if you're not progressing forward. I want you to grow, my friend, and you can't grow if you're salty. Haha, pun intended. I want to see you climb those mountains, run those hurdles, and walk and run in the race in the authority and power that God has set before you. And you alone. He planned this whole magnificent life for you, and you alone. I know if you're in a relationship, you may not be able to run in whatever direction you feel called to, because it may be different than what your significant other may have planned out for them. But I can tell you that God is not the author of confusion. He will not call you to something that he has not already equipped you to do. He will lead, but you must be willing to follow. And by following, that doesn't mean keep you looking back, looking for what was. Instead, create a new desire for what may become your new version of life. There is no greater joy than to live in the most authentic version of yourself. And what a great expression of admiration for God's plan for your life than to fully embrace it, even when it's difficult because things are new and different. But when you throw joy in the mix, how can you go wrong? That's the one thing that Lot's wife was missing, joy. You cannot possibly be stuck on yesterday if you find joy today, every day. In Psalm 135, it says, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Joy comes in the morning. The rejoicing in the scripture means joy. We are renewed overnight in our sleep, both in physical energy as well as spiritual energy. Sometimes we get so focused on our issues that we drag them behind us like an old duffel bag, often stopping to pick up other worries along the way. Eventually, your duffel bag is so full that you can't zip it anymore. Things fall out along the way, and if you notice, you backtrack your steps to find what you lost to pick it up again. Put it back in your bag and keep going. This becomes a vicious cycle, and eventually you'll either break or give up. Still looking back, wishing for things to be like they were, not seeing what they can be, what could be so incredible. It's my desire to lead as many people as I can to this gift, the gift of inexpressible joy, all-consuming joy that comes from fully knowing and understanding God, today, right here, right now in our lives. The kind of joy I'm talking about is an inexpressible feeling that is too strong to be described. Strong feelings, a fire, all-consuming. I don't know about you, but choosing to live a life of inexpressible or all-consuming joy sounds delightful. You and I can live that way, and we can start today, right now. What does all-consuming joy look like? An all-consuming joy is often described as a profound and intense state of happiness or delight that overwhelms and fills every aspect of a person's being. It's a feeling that goes beyond momentary happiness and touches the core of one's existence. Here are some ways that people might describe or portray an all-consuming joy. First is a radiant expression. The person experiencing all-consuming joy might have a radiant and contagious smile. Their face lights up with genuine happiness, and their eyes may sparkle with a delight. Do you know anybody like that? When I say that, does it bring any particular person to mind? If so, that person has an all-consuming joy within them. 2 is physical manifestations. It can be accompanied by physical manifestations like laughter, jumping, or even tears of joy. Their body language may reflect a sense of liberation and ecstasy. 3rd is emotional overflow. All-consuming joy often involves an overflow of positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and contentment. The person may feel an overwhelming sense of fulfillment and connection to the world around them. 4th is a sense of oneness. People experiencing an all-consuming joy may feel a deep sense of connection with others, nature, or the universe. It's as if everything falls into place and there's a profound understanding of the beauty of existence. 5th is a loss of self-consciousness. In moments of all-consuming joy, individuals may lose self-consciousness and inhibition. They may engage in spontaneous and carefree behavior, fully immersed in the experience. By losing self-consciousness, I don't mean they pass out. I mean they lose that inhibition, that thing that holds them back from celebrating, from dancing, that fear of being who they are. Their self-consciousness, they lose consciousness of their own being and who they are. Timelessness. The joyous moment may feel timeless, as if time stands still or loses its significance. There is a sense of being fully present in the now, without concerns about the past or the future. And last is euphoria. An all-consuming joy can be accompanied by a feeling of euphoria, a state of intense happiness and excitement that permeates every aspect of one's consciousness. It's important to note that the experience of all-consuming joy can be subjective and vary from person to person. Different individuals may express and perceive it in unique ways based on their personalities, cultures, and personal backgrounds. 1 Peter 1:8-9 says, "Though you have not seen him, you love him. Though you do not now see him, you believe in him and rejoice with joy that is inexpressible and filled with glory, obtaining the outcome of your faith, the salvation of your souls." Do you feel awed by God today? Is your heart wrapped in the unfathomable goodness of his grace? Being filled with inexpressible joy is a natural response to seeing how truly good God is in comparison to how truly broken we are. Joy is meant to be the overflow of true, tangible relationship with God, who would lay down his life solely because he desperately longed for restored relationships with us. As children of the Most High God, we must take time to allow him to awe us. We must take time to wonder at his amazing works. We are created with an insatiable longing for fascination. We love to ponder on that which will never be fully comprehended. Don't be like Lot's wife, constantly longing and looking back at what was. Don't allow yourself to become like a pillar of salt, unfruitful, Instead, open the gift of joy and bewilderment that you were created to live in. Thanks for joining me today. You could have watched or listened to any video, and you chose to play mine. I appreciate you so much. If you found value in today's video, I would be so thankful if you would give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to smash that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I go live, upload a video, share a short, or post inspiration on my community tab. Thanks for being here and for being you. There's not another one like you, and I'm glad you're here. Until tomorrow, bye.